Hello guys, welcome to Theory Math Solution. Now, you see, what you need to do to simplify this work is to observe. Now, here I have x squared and I have minus 6. Here I have x squared and I have minus 6. Now, why not let me say, let y be equals to x squared minus 6 from the beginning so that I can actually simplify. Okay, so therefore it means that for the first one, what I'm gonna have will be y, then I have minus x all over 6x, and this is all squared, then plus I'm going to have y plus x all over 6x, then all squared is equals to 1 over 6. All right, now having it that way, it means I can have it as y minus x all squared all over 6x all squared, then plus y plus x all squared all over 6x all squared is equals to 1 over 6. Now, picking the LCM, this is going to be 6x all squared, then I have y minus x all squared plus y plus x all squared is equals to 1 over 6. All right, now this is y minus x all squared plus y plus x all squared all over, here I'm going to have 36x squared is equals to 1 over 6. Cross multiplying, I'm going to have y minus x all squared plus y plus x all squared is equals to 36x squared times 1 by 6. All right, so what I need to do is to cancel out this. All right, so that I'm going to be left with y minus x all squared plus y plus x all squared is now equals to 6x squared. Okay, then I'll expand the left hand side. Okay, expanding these, what I'm gonna have will be y squared minus 2xy then plus x squared. Then expanding these, I'm going to have plus y squared, then I have plus 2xy then plus x squared. Now everything is equals to 6x squared. Now I'm checking it out, you will see that this we go with this, so that what I'm going to be left with will be 2y squared then plus 2x squared is now equals to 6x squared. Of course, when this goes to the other side, it remains 2y squared is equals to 6x squared minus 2x squared, which will be 2y squared is equals to 4x squared. Now divide both sides by 2. Okay, I'm going to be left with y squared is equals to 2x squared. Now take note of this, is going to be very instrumental for us to work out things. Okay, now let's come back to this. From the beginning, can you see it in red ink? Y is equals to x squared minus 6. So we have, we know that y is equals to x squared minus 6. Do you know that I can have it as x squared is equals to y plus 6? Yeah, I can actually have it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this expression y squared is equals to 2. Then instead of x squared, I will now have y plus 6, okay? So having this, I'm going to have y squared is equals to 2y, then plus 12. Then, of course, this will be y squared minus 2y minus 12 is equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation, but in this case, it is not factorizable. So what I'm going to do is to use the quadratic formula so that in this case, y will be minus b plus minus root of b squared minus 4ac, then all over 2a. Now, how do I get to know my ABC? Remember, y squared is y squared minus 2y minus 12 is equals to 0. And normally, the standard format of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So comparing terms, you could see that my a is equals to 1, my b is equals to minus 2, then my c will be equals to minus 12. So I will just substitute in to get my values. So y will now be equals to minus 2 now, plus minus, this is all root of minus 2 all squared, minus 4 into a, which is 1, into c is minus 12, okay, all over 2 into 1 because a is 1. So this I'm going to have as 2 plus minus. Now this is going to be 4, but because of this minus, multiplying this minus, it becomes plus. So that I'm going to have 48, okay, all over 2. So my y is actually going to be 2 plus minus. Then I'm going to have root of 52, okay, all over 2. Now this is y will now be equals to 2 plus minus. Now root of 52 is the same thing as saying root of 4 times 13, which will now be root of 4 times root of 13, which is 2 root of 13. So I'm going to have 2 root of 13, then all over 2. So the next to do is to factorize 2, so that I'm going to have 1 plus minus root of 13, okay, all over 2. Now checking it out, you see that this cancels this out. So we're done with this aspect. So I can now see my y is 1 plus minus root of 13. Now, but remember, I'm not to look for y, I'm to look for x, okay? And recall I told you that we're going to be using something very important. Now, check it out here, that y squared is equals to 2x squared. So I will now come down to this. Recall that y squared is equals to 2x squared. Now, do you know that actually we can have y squared over 2 is equals to x squared. So square rooting both sides, you are going to have x will now be is equals to the root of y squared all over 2. Of course, plus minus doesn't change anything actually at the end of the day, because here I'm going to have plus minus y over root of 2. So it therefore means that x will now be equals to plus minus. Remember what y is? Y is actually 1 plus plus minus root of 13. So we are going to have 1 plus minus root of 13 all over root of 2. Okay, now this plus minus, once it multiplies this, it still remains plus minus. So I don't have a problem with it. So I'm going to have it as x will now still be equals to plus 1 plus minus root of 13 over root of 2. So I will rationalize by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by root of 2. So x will now be equals to root of 2 down into 1 plus minus root of 13. Then I have all over 2. So my x is actually going to be root of 2, then plus minus root of 26, okay, all over 2. Okay, we can write it finally as root of 2 plus root of 26 all over 2, or we can have it as root of 2 minus root of 26 all over 2. I want to believe you enjoyed this video, so please subscribe for more interesting videos.